So, hi everyone. Welcome to Super Homes.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Taiwo. Why I'm laughing is that we had a conversation before, this about, somebody was telling me how you do so much for the wife and she still doesn't appreciate or think that you love her. And so the question is, Mel Gibson did a movie, What a Woman Wants also. Remember that movie? So tell us, today's show is dedicated to men.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's dedicated to guys who have fought the good fight. They have done what they know to do to show, I love you, baby. And then it's still
She doesn't feel loved.
it's still not connecting.
I
How
think
did you know that I love you?
It wasn't by telepathy, because you told me.
But these guys are telling their,
You told me. You showed me.
how did I show it? Maybe that's the thing.
You told me. Of course, okay. When he told me, I didn't believe. So he told me a lot, many times.
I think we should actually have a day to talk about the stress you put me through just because I saw a fine girl.
Any good thing. How did they say that thing?
It's because it is not the right thing for you to say. That's why you can't remember
any
it.
good thing. If it was worth it, it was worth it.
Absolutely, it was worth it, but because a lot of young ladies are putting the men who are approaching them today, they are, who could be a future husband, putting them through so much wahala.
Okay, so
But let's talk about the love thing first.
so for me, you told me. Let me face you. You
Why are
told
you
me.
facing me?
I always tell you, sit like that.
It's a lie. I'm not.
You all missed before the show. I told him, I said, baby, stand up, stand up. So he stood up. And I said, sit down. He stood for nothing. Anyway,
You see,
what it was.
these are the things that I go through. You need to really praise me today.
The good guy. So he showed me. I didn't believe it. So
Why didn't you believe it?
that's another story. I was looking for something else.
You had a picture in your head. You had read too many Mills and Boons. So you had a picture in your head that was not realistic. Yes or no?
I'm wondering. You're married to this woman for almost 28 years. Yet you are still upset that.
No, I'm not upset, but we cannot change history.
Yeah.
Hey, Sunday deep. We cannot.
What is gone is gone. The point, what we're talking about.
What
today
is gone
this.
is gone. What we're talking of, I was trying my best to show you how much I loved you. And you still rejected it. Why?
Because I didn't believe in the beginning that you loved me, number one. Number two, you are not the picture of what I wanted to marry. I wanted to marry a rich man and you had no money at the time.
Jesus.
So
Jesus.
the more I asked, the more I said no. I was convinced that this is just the devil that wants to derail me before the rich man comes.
I've suffered though.
So
Jesus.
it took me a while to realize that that this was it. It took me a while, so that was it. But back to love languages.
No, we cannot go back like that. You have to now say, okay. So fast forward.
So what am I supposed to say now?
Do you have any regrets?
No. By the time I said yes, I didn't have any. By the time, how do you rate someone
Okay,
that you?
good. So, what was it that you saw? That somebody watching us now, a guy has been saying, I love you, baby, I love you, and she's like you, thinking it's the devil. Meanwhile, not realizing that you are the one that the devil was using because you had read too many Mills and Boons that are so scattered your head So you are looking for a rich prince with a castle, you know.
Okay, let me say something. I think that for most ladies, when we fall for someone, or no, before you fall for someone, before you fall in love with someone, you don't see all their good points. Maybe you see all their faults. You see, like in my case, he didn't have any money. He was my friend, and I thought that he was taking advantage of me, my friends, to. That's what I thought.
And before Uncle, was I going to marry my enemy?
I'm trying to say something.
No, so, because you are saying that he was your friend.
I'm the one who's talking now.
No, I am. So you are saying he was your friend. Did you want him to marry his enemy?
So as I was saying, it took me a while to understand that this was genuine. It took me a while to accept that there was more to marrying someone than money. Because in the beginning, I was convinced. I thought that I thought it was twisted, but I thought that the reward for serving God was a rich man. That's what I thought. So for a season there, I was convinced that this couldn't be the person I was going to marry because he didn't have any money. But over a period,
the money. Okay, go ahead.
So over a period of time, all I can say is that my eyes slowly opened to the fact that instead of seeing the money, I now began to see the potential in this man.
That's very important.
I began to see the kind of man that this was, besides the money. And by the time I said yes, I was happy with who he was. And I knew that money that I was looking for, if I would stand by him and I would believe in him and we'd work together, the money would come. Yeah.
Amen. Praise God.
Amen.
Okay.
So are you okay now?
Wait.
This thing is very funny.
No.
My husband is happy until we bring up the story of what happened before we got married. He gets angry again. And starts complaining. How could you? Then he's happy. He can be happy for 3 months. Then the day you remind him again, he's like, why did you? I'm like, we are married.
No.
It's almost 28 years. We have 3 children. We are happily married. But every time you remember, you are sad.
I'm not sad.
What are you?
I'm a statistician. It's we need to just historical records because it will help somebody else that is watching.
Okay.
So now you looked at potential and all those nice things. But how did you, in the course of the marriage, I remember the first time I bought you a handbag and
shoe. Gold bag and gold shoe. Not solid gold, I mean color gold.
What?
I'm telling them
Must you go into details that it was not solid gold, it was just color gold?
No, okay, obviously it wasn't solid gold. It was a gold bag and gold shoe. Sorry. Go on.
My sweet late mother, she saw that she was happier than you. I think she even cried out of joy. She cried, hey, one day, mommy, he's finally giving his wife something. And
she prayed that as you have bought this bag and shoe for Taiwo, you will buy greater things. Mommy was a fantastic. She was my mom. She was a fantastic.
So wait. So during the course of the relationship, how did you know that this guy really loves me? And were there times when you felt,
You mean after we got married? Of course, there have been times when I feel that I'm not getting enough attention. Of course, there have been.
Is that because, this is me now interviewing you. Is that because you are not getting enough attention or because you wanted too much attention?
I just felt I wasn't getting. Sometimes, let me put it this way, particularly when things are not going smoothly, maybe there is pressure financially, maybe there is something going on, maybe back home, something is going on. At those particular points when women are extra touchy, extra sensitive, or maybe there's a problem. A woman, for example, is believing God for a child and has never had children. When her husband, at the times when she's feeling that particular way, lack of attention may suggest to her that he no longer loves her and is looking somewhere else. So I'm just trying to say that those times when felt I wasn't getting enough attention, there was always something else happening as well.
Case study, example.
There were times when you were so engrossed in work that you didn't pay attention.
Okay, what was I supposed to pay attention to?
Notice your wife. I mean, when we are emotional beings, all right? So the way to connect easily, to connect with a woman, is to be in touch with
Was this in the early days or?
No, obviously in the early days.
So I got over all that now. So I pay you enough attention now.
If you're working and I come in, your face brightens, you're like, you're always happy to see me. Before you be like, like, yes, can I help you? So I'm like, oh, sorry, I'll come back.
But now
if you're busy, you still tell me to. You say, no, come in. Then I say, are you busy now? Can I come back later? Then you say, yeah, it's okay. But before, your face will let me know, no, wrong time, go, come back.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe those days I myself was under so much pressure that was threatening my security?
Now I understand that.
So it can not be that I was not paying you attention.
That's how it
was
interpreted
working
at the
both
time.
ways.
One of the things about marriage is that the more you are in the marriage, the more you things that you could see before, that you now see them, and then the more you understand certain things you didn't understand before. So there are things that I probably didn't have a mature, well-rounded understanding of that I understand better now. So for example, now I can say I've mastered. I can read my husband. I can tell when he needs space. I can tell when I need to pay attention. I just know. I was more focused on me. Maybe in the earlier days, I wanted you to pay me attention. Now I'm not. Now I'm fine. I'm secure. It's not that I don't want attention, but I'm good.
You have made me very happy right now.
Why?
Because there is a guy watching like me, who is listening, who has probably gone through those same emotions I have gone through, and has been made to think that he was 100% responsible for the problem. But it is a shared thing.
It is. There is, I tend to think that in the earlier years of marriage, particularly when we first get married, on both sides there are high expectations. I think on my side, I was sure that if there was anything I needed to change, it was going to be in you. I was perfect and there was nothing that needed to change in me. So my goal in the beginning was to change him, to make him what I want him to be, what I want my husband to be in the areas that are. So in the first few months of marriage, it became glaringly obvious to me that it was not going to be so easy to change this man.
And you see,
and
this
at
man
that point, I was like, what? How am I going to handle this? Because I thought that I love you meant that you would do anything I said. You would do anything I wanted. I thought I love you meant that you would do anything to make me happy.
Which is what I was trying to do.
Yes. So then I realized that, yes, he loved me, but he was not going to do everything I wanted.
For me, I was that guy, and I still am that guy that, and even the children complain today. Anytime I say, you ask for anything, what do I normally say?
That my wife gets anything she wants.
My wife gets anything she wants. So my daughter will throw a tantrum, the boys will throw a tantrum, but that's it. So, but that is not new. It's just that now ability is able to back willingness.
Yes,
but willingness was always there.
So I think what can help is that there's a need for patience in the beginning, patience and understanding. There was something you said before we started about love languages, and I responded. You said that first of all,
I think we can address that maybe in the next session. And guys, if there are specific things you'd like us to touch on, please send those messages in the comments and all that, because I think it has caused a major rift, just not understanding.
I think
these things.
It's not even I think. The truth is, the longer you are in a marriage, the more the marriage matures. It's almost like something settling. So in the beginning, each person is still trying to do their thing and trying to get the other person to do what they want and all that. But as you spend time together, and as you're, allow God to also move in you get to a point where you mature. You get a point where you mature.
That person,
for example, when we first got married, like I said, I didn't think I was then, but looking back now, I was obsessed with changing you. I was not going to be happy until you are changed and become the picture I wanted you to be in every area. Of course, we never lived together before we got married, so I didn't know certain things, how my husband behaved in certain scenarios. It was not domesticated at all. So I was determined. I was going to change him to make him exactly what I wanted. And the more difficult it was to change him, the more miserable I got. Until I got to, there came a particular point where it just dawned on me that you cannot change anyone. Only God can change a person. So, and at that point I decided I will change me. I will change my attitude. I will change my approach. I will stop looking for faults. I will just make things work. When I made that decision and I changed was when I now began to see change in you. So what I'm saying is that nothing changed until I decided to stop obsessing over that. And I remember that I actually mentioned this to my mother-in-law. And when I said it to her, she looked at me and said, Taiwo, now I know that you are ready for marriage. Because when I said that, apparently that's something that as a woman who had been married for so many years, she already knew that you can't change your partner, you can't change your husband, but you can change, and in so doing, affect how the other person.
And I think it goes for the guy also. But in my own case, it's that there was the willingness, but no ability, and so I was putting my all to build the capacity to be able to back up the willingness. So for you to come in at the point when I am trying to, even seeing you at times would make me feel guilty and make me feel very bad that, but it's all good. We're going to continue this conversation next week. I think this is very important. There's a link I put in there for you, Super Homes Extra. That's tomorrow, Saturday the 8th of August at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. East African time. That's 6 p.m. in Nigeria. It's Zoom. And so we have the link there. Please register because we have a limited number of people that we're going to have on. And it's going to be an interactive session where as couples we can just talk and, discover more about each other. And thank you so much. We have videos and a whole lot of stuff that can be good resources for you and for your marriage and relationship on thestreetuniversity.com, thestreetuniversity.com. So take advantage of all these things, register for the Street University, and let's grow together. Your parting shot.
My parting shot. I actually have something on Street University that is called Understanding the Man.
Awesome.
So when that is ready, I know it will help a lot of women understanding the man. So I want us to just cut, I know I've said it before, cut your husband some slack. The fault may not be only on his side. That's all I want to say.
I can guarantee you the fault is not only on his side. We'll see you next week. God bless. Oh, my shout out.
Yeah.
Wait. My shout out. Shout out. Where's Taiwo? There we go. I love this name. Thandiwe Shabalala. Thank you for being here. Anthony Njoroge. Mercy Ebele. All right. Lena Soji. Ekerum Marvis Emma. And Stephen Ogalo. We appreciate your being here.
Thank you
so much. And God bless.
Amen.
All right, guys. See ya.